Well, there are many tools that you can utilize, dear one. And we will begin by looking, as we always have, dear one, looking at what is transpiring in the world, asking yourself, can I look at what is transpiring in the world outside of myself? And then seeing what is being triggered in the depth and breadth of your heart space and what feelings are surfacing. How do I feel right now? How do I feel right now when I look at what is transpiring in the world outside of me? Does it resonate or doesn't it resonate? And we've given you these tools many, many times before. So as you sit, dear ones, quite possibly separated from others in the world, being asked to move deeper within, if in fact you so choose, quite possibly seeing yourself, avoiding yourself, utilizing distractions in your life to avoid yourself. Look at all of this. If in fact you are on this pathway of self-mastery, to a greater depth of self-awareness, self-consciousness, and self-love, you can now, dear one, simply take this time through this pause, as you would call it, this interlude, this chapter, this episode in your life, to move within. To move within and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now in relationship to what is transpiring in the world outside of me? What am I feeling right now in relationship to what is transpiring outside of myself in the third dimensional realm? What are my attachments to that? Am I dependent upon that? Does that fully affect my life? Am I dependent upon what is transpiring in the world outside of myself? Do I create my life based upon what is transpiring in the world outside of myself? We will say that once again, dear ones. Do I create my life based upon what is transpiring in the world outside of myself, in reaction to what is transpiring in the world outside of myself? Or can you simply look at this as part of your soul's divine plan? Look at this in relationship to your soul's divine plan. And then within this, ask yourself, what is the new life that is important for me to create? First step is looking at the world outside of yourself and asking yourself what resonates and what doesn't resonate for you. What am I focusing on? What doesn't resonate or what does resonate? What am I focusing on? Opposing what doesn't resonate? Or do I simply now take responsibility for what does resonate in my life and move towards that? So it's important to ask yourself, where am I placing my energy? Where am I expending my energy in my life? Am I placing and expending energy? I'm moving within to move to a greater sense of self-awareness, self-love? Or am I expending energy on what is transpiring in the world outside of myself and seeing myself as a victim to that? Seeing myself as a victim to what is transpiring in the world outside of me? Or can you simply look at what is transpiring in the world outside of yourself and begin to look at your abundance? What are your talents and gifts? What is in your life? Who is in your life? Quite possibly opening your heart space and for the first time asking for assistance, support, guidance, and help. Once again, moving into a greater sense of intimacy, connectiveness, and collectiveness. Opening your heart space and asking for help, stating your needs, setting your boundaries. These are the many tools that you can use moving forward in your life. But it is about looking at, dear ones, what you are feeling. is what is transpiring, dear ones, in the outside world, triggering feelings inside of yourself. And what are those feelings? And simply allow yourself to have those feelings and allow the feelings to move through you and to nurture yourself through those feelings. And then ask yourself what resonates, what no longer resonates in your personal life. So about looking at the macrocosm in the world outside of you, asking yourself what resonates, what doesn't resonate, where am I focusing my attention, where am I placing my energy? And then move within in the microcosm of your life and ask yourself what resonates in my life right now and what doesn't resonate. You will have your answers. And then ask yourself, where am I placing my energy at this time? Am I placing my energy on what is not in my life? Needing to see what isn't in my life and trying to fill what isn't in your life from outside of yourself? Or are you looking at what is in your life that could be quite challenging at this time? And the reason why it is challenging at this time is because what is transpiring in the world outside of you is upsetting your nervous system. Upsetting the norm in your life. Upsetting your comfort zones in your life. And thus it is triggering feelings inside of yourself. So what is happening, dear ones, is your life, your nervous system is being shaken and rattled. And many are feeling this. Many are moving through this experience. Quite possibly now you could utilize this experience to look at what is in your life and moving from a place where the well is full or half full in your vernacular. And you begin to ask yourself, can I create something new in my life? But what it comes down to, dear ones, is not about constantly looking what's next and into the future. Placing your energy into what will happen next week, next month, in 2 months, in 3 months. But it is asking you to move into the present of now, into the present moment of now, and begin to experience the present moment of now. Asking you to experience the present of the moment of now with others. What is transpiring is you're moving back to basics, dear ones. The basics and the foundation of life, which is love, peace, community, harmony, equality, intimacy. The basics of life. The basics of life, dear ones. Quite possibly what is important for you now, dear ones, is seeing the excess in your life that you don't need. The excess in your life that you don't need. That is simply excess. In your vernacular, cutting the fat out of your life. Looking at the excess in your life, dear ones. Because it is not about, dear ones, the need to release the excess in your life, dear ones, to be safe and secure. It is about releasing the excess in your life that is no longer important to the basics of life. We will say that again, dear ones. It is not about, dear ones, releasing the excess in your life that will simply, in your illusion, lead you to a greater sense of safety and security. It is about releasing the excess in your life, whatever that may be for you. So you can release that excess that will allow you to move back to a deeper foundation of truth. The basics. Peace, love, community, harmony, equality, and intimacy. Release the excess of your life, dear ones. the excess of your expenditures, the excess of what you think you should have, as opposed to what you know that you need. Not what you need, dear ones, to hold safety and security in place, but what you need to form the new life, to get back to basics. So these, dear ones, are the many tools that you can utilize in this momentary pause in your life, in this episode of your life, the episode of your personal life in the microcosm, and the episode of life in the macrocosm. Release yourselves from the constraints, dear ones, of the attachments and addictions to the third dimensional realm. For by doing that, you will be able to now create a new collective consciousness within yourself and intimacy with others.